This is Girard Sports Live.
19-18, Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead here with 2:12 to play first quarter. Crane, three, good, there it is. That puts her over 1,000 points. What a moment.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Craw-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Larid Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, the Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, Farmers Insurance Leah Smith Agency, GN Bank, The Market 120, and the Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Oh! Just a crossover and go. I'm faster than you are. Goes to the baseline. I can jump higher too.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good Saturday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Caney Valley, Kansas, the side of this Class 3A Boys Championship ball game. The Girard Trojans and the Baxter Springs Lions going to hit for the rubber match of this season as they have split in their two previous matchups. And now tonight, a lot on the line. A chance to go to Hutchinson in the Class 3A state tournament on the line here between arguably two of the best teams in Southeast Kansas, the Girard Trojans and the Baxter Springs Lions. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Dale Schreiman, as we settle inside the cozy confines of the Caney Valley High School Gymnasium. It is going to be filled to capacity, and they are waiting outside to get in here. As you see, people trying to funnel their way through the door and out the door as Columbus and Cherryville just wrapped up on the girls' side. The Columbus Titans going to advance to the state tournament. They're the number 4 seed in this sub-state, and so they make it with a win over Cherryville to advance. Trojan men coming into this ball game as the number 2 seed. Baxter Springs the number 1 seed, despite the fact that Trojans beat Baxter for the CNC title just over a week ago on Thursday, and a game that went to overtime. Trojans are 18-3 on the season, and they're the number 5 ranked team in Class 3A. Baxter Springs on the season is 18-4. And Baxter in the final rankings of the season was number 7. So you've got yourself a premier matchup here in Southeast Kansas. Of course, last night the Trojan men down by 10 going into the fourth quarter, come back and win by 11 over Caney Valley. It was one of the great comebacks I've had an opportunity to broadcast. And I can tell you about it or I can show it to you. Let's go back to last night and the Trojans advancing to this sub-state championship game. And rebound pulled out of there by Caney. Carter Doherty sits on the. Here we go. Big deep breath to start this fourth quarter. Trojans dug themselves into a hole. They certainly got the ability to get out of it, but they're going to have to go to work pretty quickly. Troyke trying to do his part. That one's partially blocked. And rebound pulled out of there by Caney. Carter Doherty sits on the bench with 4 fouls. There's a steal. Oh, and Evan nearly stolen away. Collins over to Muya. Caleb up and under, trying to get some contact. He does get him a foul. That's the start of it right there. That was nearly thrown away after the steal by Troyke. Collins able to keep it alive. Dillon's having himself a good ball game as he's in double figures as well offensively. But Caleb is in fuego. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 points already in the ball game for Caleb Muya. 26. Open look at it for Smith on the way. Missed it badly. Rebound Muya. There's your stop. Take care of the basketball. Up in front. Ryder got away with a carry probably. Muya, no good. Rebound good and the foul. Oh no, he did not get the foul. Smith will go baseline. Kick it, threw it away. Back to the Trojans. Another turnover by Girard. Forced by Girard. Now you got to finish on the other end of the floor. Oh, there it was. He'll drive. One last touch. Muya somehow ends up with it, and he gets it to go. 51-49, it's down to a 2-point game. It's an 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter for the Trojans. Trojans have stopped them defensively. Harrison's coming out. Here's a three on the way, no good. Knocked around, rebound pulled out of there. Belcory will have it. He'll go, kick, another look at it from Jay Scott on the way. This time no good, rebound Muya. Trojans have a 4 on nobody. Caleb Muya, he'll slam it down with authority to get the Trojans tied 51-51. 4:26 to go here in this ball game. That's a way to put an exclamation point on a 10-0 run to start the fourth quarter for the Trojans. Trojans have trailed by as many as 10. They did that to start this fourth quarter. Troike off to Ryder. Ryder good. His first bucket ties the ball game. Right wing. Trojans have not led since they fell behind 27-26. Shot up, no good, but he is fouled. And Caleb will go to the free throw line with a chance to put the Trojans in front. Trojans led rather 24-23. It was tied at 24. They led 26-24 to the Trojans, and in a three-point bucket, Caney got the lead back 27-26. They have not led since that point, have the Trojans. And Caleb at the free throw line to try to do just that, and he does. Trojans down by 10 after 3 have got the lead 54-53 here with 3:20 to play in this ball game. Muya, second, good. Here's Henderson, dump off, Muya, Caleb, inside, shot up, good! Man amongst boys in this one is Caleb Muya. I'm glad he's on our team. 25-4, fourth quarter. Shot no good, rebound Collins. Throw it out, Worrell gonna hold it, 8 seconds. They should be able to hold for the final score. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The Girard Trojans come back and win it. 66-55. They win by 11 after trailing by 10 heading into the fourth quarter. It was certainly something else to behold. Dale is bringing in here, just going back to last night, and I admitted to it on the air, you did too, that in that third quarter, and it wasn't just at 10 points, because you can overcome a 10-point, but just the way things were going. And the foul trouble the Trojans had found themselves into, Evan Troike ends up fouling out of the ball game. Carter Doherty was sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. It just didn't seem like it was in the cards, and they dug down. Good effort by Dylan Collins, probably his best ball game all in all. And Zane Henderson, I thought, stepped up as well for the Trojans.
Well, both those two did a great job stepping up, filling the roles from Evan Troike. Evan had a great night. He was on the floor all night, but, man, you can't say enough about Caleb Muya.
My goodness. It was something else. One of the top performances I've had an opportunity to witness in person, and hopefully we will see a redo of that thing tonight here, and he's going to have to. The Trojans are going to have to play even better tonight as they're going to take on the Baxter Springs Lions. Again, these two teams met a couple of times. The Trojans won the last one when they played in overtime. And the Trojans won that one a few weeks ago, 68-63. They played back early in the season as well, and Baxter Springs was able to kind of run away with that one. And so the Trojans need to have a repeat of what they did back on Thursday. Plenty to talk about here on the pregame show. When we return, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Coach Wescott. Talked with him bright and early this morning as we discussed this ball game, last night's ball game, and what they need to do to get a win and get to the state tournament. So much on the line, so much to talk about here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, of course, Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcam. your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crocam. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocam has to offer at ckt.net. Up next, we'll hope for the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Coach Wescott, on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crocam Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crocam. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
Welcome back to Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for this Class 3A Sub-State Championship game from Caney Valley as the Girard Trojans get their third matchup of the season with the Baxter Springs Lions. Much anticipated game here tonight in this championship game. Joining us now, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Coach Wescott, and certainly plenty to talk about with the matchup at hand. But if you would, indulge me to go back to a night ago and the Trojans, coach, you're down by 10 going into the fourth quarter. Put me in that huddle going out into that fourth quarter, the adjustments made and just the mindset as you try to get your team to climb back into it and eventually win it.
Yeah, we talked last night a little bit about just making some changes and things at halftime. They didn't work out very well. They came out in the third quarter and got after us again and tried some things on the fly, and we were fortunate, we got some turnovers and some run out. Really got a little hop in our step, and, I think the press, obviously it did. It got us going, and it got them a little frazzled. They didn't expect that from us, I think. And, I got to give our kids a lot of credit. They just kept battling, never thought that, they didn't have a chance. And just kind of laid it all out there on the line in that fourth quarter. Fortunately, the ball bounced our way a little bit, and we got some good looks and were able to knock it down. And kids stepped up, and everybody did some good things last night, but we needed to come out on top. Yeah, and just an impressive performance by Caleb Muya. You could tell that when teams have tried to run man on you and have sometimes allowed him just to be singled up, it hasn't worked out very well for teams. And last night was as good a case in point as any. Now they finally started to kind of collapse on him, but it still didn't matter. Just have you seen many performances like that from a young man in a ball game? No, he really did. He put us on his shoulders there in the fourth quarter, really in the second half, and kept us in the game for the most part in the third quarter. But there in the fourth, boy, it's something special. And just really, you could tell he wanted the ball. And worked hard to get the ball, and I thought our guys did a good job of getting it to him where when he was open, and we were really looking for him. But probably the big key though was defensively. I thought he was tuned in there on that end of the floor, and I thought the rest of our guys got some tips, and I thought that was probably more of a key than just him wanting the ball and going and getting it. But good ball game for us. we've got to refocus, get our legs under us, and we know we've got a big test ahead of us tonight.
Yeah, in that ball game, it was kind of different just because from the fact that, Carter Doherty was in foul trouble off and on, and obviously Evan ended up fouling out of that ball game. He was in foul trouble early in the ball game, and it was a big step in and fill in those holes with Dylan Collins. He had 12 points in the ball game, and then I thought Zane Henderson was a difference maker for you when he needed to be, certainly on the defensive end of the floor.
I thought Dylan really stepped up. Had a real nice game last night. He did. Zane come in and give us really good minutes as well when Carter was in trouble. And Ryder was in trouble in that first quarter and was really able to play the rest of the game pretty clean and hang in there. But, all the guys stepped up, did their jobs last night, and we were fortunate it worked out the way it did.
Well, how do you regroup after a ball game like that? What's the physical situation with your team right now, and how do you feel health-wise turning around and getting going after a close one like that?
That's going to be key here this morning for us, and throughout the day we've got to get our legs under us, make sure we're hydrated, and there's not a lot of secrets as far as Baxter goes. We played each other a week ago. And, this will be the third meeting between us. They got after us pretty good the first time, and we were fortunate to come out on top in a tough one there that last game. But kids know each other well. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good ball game.
Yeah, the key, it seems to me, with Baxter Springs is answering the momentum swings with them. That was the problem the first time you guys met them, that they got a little bit of a run. It was a close ball game, and then you look up and you're down by 15. And how do you look to approach that, or the things you do differently that can keep a team from getting going like that, kind of like you did last night?
That first time we played them, I thought transition was a key. They really were able to get out in the third quarter on us and get some run-outs, and part of that was due to us turning the ball over. We've got to be solid with the basketball tonight, make sure we're getting a good look each time. The things we talk about every game, that's key. If we can keep them out of transition, then we know we can be right there with them and give ourselves a shot. And then we'll have to match their intensity. It's all on the line tonight. Everybody wants to keep playing for another week, and I look for both teams to come out really battle to have a pretty good ball game tonight. I think it'll be a hard-fought game, and that team's going to win.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking for this rematch, the rubber match with the Baxter Springs Lions. Appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks, BJ.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Coach Wescott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. The Girard Trojans, Baxter Springs Lions getting ready to hook up in a 3A sub-state championship game. You'll watch it tonight when we return on Girard Sports Live.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
It may be cold outside, but you can stay warm and cozy inside with help from D-Roll Commodity. Replace your flooring today with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. We have a great selection of furniture, including mattresses and sofa sets. And if you need a recliner, this is the place to be. Now is a great time to shop at D-Roll Commodity Flooring and Furniture, with stores in Brazelton and Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090. Back out here to Katy Valley High School, B.J. Harris, Dale Shireman. The Girard Trojans getting ready to take on that team right there, the Baxter Springs Lions, here in this Class 3A Sub-State Championship game. The winner moves on to the Sub-State, or to the state tournament in Hutchinson next week. The boys in that tournament, by the way, play on Thursday, girls on Wednesday to get things started out in Hutchinson. Look that up here today. Trojans, of course, coming off that win last night in stunning fashion, 66-55 over Caney Valley. Baxter Springs had a much easier time as they rolled Galena in their semifinal ball game pretty handily. With that, we'll take a look at our area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wicks filters, Timken bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. We'll start right there with that boys sub-state bracket. You see that Baxter not really tested, 56-23 in their matchup. Trojans had a little bit harder work to do. On the girls' side of things, that was just played. Cherryville and Columbus. Columbus won pretty handily in that ball game. Pretty much led, I think they led from the get-go and never relinquished that lead. Maybe just a little bit too big of a moment for Cherryville. Other games in the area, St. Paul did lose last night, so they're out of the sub-state tournament. Mountain Ridge advances. Colgan boys and Yates Center are playing today for a chance to go to the state tournament. Colgan girls did win, and they will advance to the championship. And I think I got an update. I think Colgan girls were playing Howard West Elk in the championship game, and if my sources are correct, that source is Brad Herlocker, that Howard West Elk beat Colgan.
Wow.
To advance to the state tournament in that one. On the 3A side of things today, Eureka and Burlington will be playing each other on the boys' side and the girls' side for championships here tonight. And Pittsburgh High advances. They will advance to the state championship, 80-59 winners over Kansas City Schlegel. Chanute, with the big upset last night, advances. Chanute, Parsons, Anderson County, all going to be in the state tournament. Southeast Kansas is represented really well. Tonight's championship games on the girls' side, Labette County is going to be playing and hosting Eudora for a chance to go to the state tournament. Parsons is also on the road at Baldwin for a chance to go to the state tournament. Chanute's still alive as well. Those are played tonight in Class 4A. Let's look around the area, brought to you by our friends at Bumper to Bumper. Time to take a look at our shot of the game, brought to you by Kim Kravitz Photo. Kim Kravitz Photo is a boutique photography studio specializing in high school, senior pictures, and sports photography. Let Kim capture your memories. Learn more at kimkravitzphoto.com or call 620-704-7474. And we've featured him a few times, and he earned it certainly last night. That's from that Riverton game, but we saw plenty of that last night as well, I would say. And those are on different plays. Those aren't all on the same play. That's him just getting to the rim. And Caleb Muya, 40 points last night against Caney Valley, 27 in the second half. He went 13 of 15 or 12 of 15, I believe, from the free throw line and just put on a spectacular effort for the Trojans to help them advance to this championship ball game. That's our Kim Kravitz Photo shot of the game. Time to take a look at our keys of the game, brought to you by Bender on 7, the key to satisfying your appetite. As they stop at the Bender on 7, the Bender has quickly become a Girard favorite with great daily specials. Bender, I'm sure, hopefully there's a good crowd there watching tonight and cheering on the Trojans from the Bender. Dine in or call for a pickup. Call 620-724-4860. Dale, we've seen the Baxter Springs Lions twice. Trojans have split with them. What's it going to take to win this one?
Well, there's no big question about it. We got to stop Reese. We got to stop Trey White. And, Caleb Mowey's going to have a big night. The rest of the bench is going to have a big night for us. Don't talk about him much, but Gabe Muya is going to have to come up and play some big ball tonight.
Yep, Gabe with some moments, and Evan Troike a little bit banged up, hurt his wrist last night, and will not. He will play today. Obviously, going to have him on the floor. Have to have him on the floor, but you'll see he's got it taped up and we'll see what that kind of factor that has. We'll take one more timeout. We'll come back and have your starting lineups. Opening tip-off here from Caney, the Trojans, and the Baxter Springs Lions Class 3A Sub-State Championship game next on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it. In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
They got the lights turned off here inside the gymnasium for their starting lineups. They've done that the last for every ball game, trying to get the energy up in here. I don't know if they're going to need to do that. I think this place is going to be rocking from the word go. Starting lineups, we'll do them here as well. Starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans look to start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carlos Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your very best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First down for Baxter Springs, it will be number 13, Kyler Reese, the 6'3 junior. In the two matchups with the Trojans, has had 22 points in the first one. He was held to only 10 when they played at home last Thursday. Number 15, Brant Morris, 6'3 junior. Number 21, Blake Thiessen, a 5'11 senior. Number 25, Trey White, a 6'1 senior. He had 18 the first time. He had 27 against the Trojans when they met a few nights ago. And number 34, Tucker Graves, a 6'6 senior. The matchup between him and Carter Doherty down inside could be the factor and the determining factor in this ball game. They're coached by Alan Hibbler. For the Trojans, it'll be their main starting lineup. It's been all season long. Ryder Whirl, Caleb Mulia, coming off a 40-point performance the other night, and so his average is more than 23.2 now. Dylan Collins, who was in double figures last night as well, with 12 points. Evan Troike and Carter Doherty round out the starting lineup for your Girard Trojans. Opening tip-off is always brought to you by Lyric Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Lyric Ceramics for great gift ideas. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends or family a beautiful ceramic tees from Lyric Ceramics. Tucker Graves, Caleb Mulia. An opening toss going to be won by the Trojans. They'll move from left to right here as you watch it on Girard Sports Live. Trojans going to start this ball game out with the basketball. Top of the key for Whirl. Off left wing for Troike. Dylan Collins for three. No good. Missed it. Ryder caught the rebound, but he was trying to just tip it right back to Troike. There's a lost ball, out of bounds off of Kyler Reese. Coach Wescott looking quite dapper. Suit and tie, everybody. This time, Coach Wucky wore a suit, and everybody else did too.
Suited up.
Over under on how long that jacket stays on.
2 minutes.
2 minutes to go in the game.
No.
Here's Worrell on the right wing. Slashing, Muya, Caleb. They collapse on him. He'll step through. Just so long. Shot up no good. Rebound to be determined. Carter Doherty with the rebound in the bucket. Trojans will have the lead to start this one. Approaching 1 minute into it. Reese, close out by Troike. Scoop around. Derek Graves. He gets it to go. Ties it up. I think the key is how much can the Trojans help on defense and not lose their guy. You've got to be able to, if you do help, you better be able to get back to where you're supposed to be. Ryder with it on the right wing, working against Reese. It's a fun little matchup, couple of athletes there. Collins off the Muya. Trojans with good ball movement. Reese, a little bit of length, is going to give Ryder maybe some problems shooting that deep ball. They have Reese listed at 6'3". I don't know if he's quite that tall, but he's got some size to him. Muya on the left wing. Trojans patient here in the half court, all tied up at 2-2. Off right corner for Caleb. He's working against Morris rather. Drive Troike, or Worrell rather, and they're going to say he walked with it. Or carried it rather. I didn't see it. I'm sure people wonder how I didn't see it. My job is literally to watch the game, but somehow I missed it. Those student sections already in full throat. Dump off inside for Graves. He'll go. They lost him. Caleb got caught watching defensively there. And Baxter in front here. There's Carter Doherty on the other end of the floor. They should have charged people double to get into this one. Graves up, no good, but he is fouled. They've got Graves at 6'6", Carter at 6'5". Well, if Graves is 6'6", then Carter's 6'8".
Yeah, an inch taller for sure.
But Graves gets to the free throw line, a chance to break this tie. Can't do it with the first one. Here comes the second one. Rattles that one in. .5:37 to go, opening quarter. Class 3A sub-state championship game from Caney, Kansas. Off right corner for Troike. Here's Doherty to Collins. Steps back, he'll drive on White. Elevates with a right-hand leaner, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Brant Morris for the Lions. Hard pass. Here's Graves spinning, and he walked with it. Hey, good defense by Carter Doherty. Not getting on top of him, staying back, getting high, and making him make that mistake. Gosh darn it, I wish I could just sit and watch those two guys battle it out tonight.
It's going to be two bulls down low for sure.
5:09, here's Doherty on the left corner. Troike between the legs, spinning, elevates with the right-hand leaner on the way, no good. To be determined, and Graves wins this round. Troike with that right hand bandaged. How does that affect his shooting? He came out of the ballgame last night and told Coach he was having a hard time shooting. Here's White, his first take of the ball game up and good. 7-4, 3-point lead for the Lions. 4:36 to play here in the first quarter. Doherty, a deep two on the way, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Graves. Here come the Lions. They can run a little bit. White on Collins. Shot no good. Defense on the help there from Troike. And Collins going to lead the charge. Troike. Coach calls out the play. He'll move into the hands of Ryder Worrell on left wing for Troike. Screen comes from Muya. He'll go into the paint. Spinning again. Continuation. Up with the right hand. Good. Looked okay there. Back to within one. 3:54 to play here in this first quarter. Off left side, controlled by Thiessen. Moving around through Morris. Here's Kyler Reese working against Troike. Morris, left side. Thiessen, gap off inside Graves. Help comes, scoop off. That's the help there, and then they'll try to go to the top, blocked by Carter Doherty. Loose ball, Reese somehow ends up back with it. Shot no good, and Carter will clear the glass. Long pass up in front to Whirl. Back outside to Collins. And here's Muya on the right wing. Slashing. Ryder punched out. And last touch, it'll stay with the Trojans. Even Ryder was surprised.
Yeah. Ryder's like, never mind.
He was headed the other way. Mm-hmm. Well, you win some, you lose some. It all washes out in the end, I think. Zane Henderson in the ball game, the first sub of the night for either team. Muya to the corner for Whirl. Inside to Muya. He'll go, split the double team, scoop with the right hand. And he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Foul's going to be called on Morris. Caleb, again, last night. Had a heck of a ball game. 10 of 12 from the free throw line, including 7 of 9 in the fourth quarter. Last night, he ties the ball game up there. His first points of the contest. Trojans back in front. Approaching the 3-minute mark. And a foul to be called on Zane Henderson. Zane will pick up his first personal foul. 8-7 Trojans. Inbound, dump off inside for Graves. He'll scoop for White. White off balance, shot rolls in. A little bit of contact in there. White has 4. Baxter back in front. Troika with it on the right wing. Nearly stolen away by White. Henderson comes out of there with it. He'll go to Evan. Dump off inside Troy to Doherty. They move it back around. Evan up and around. He gets the roll. Down it goes. Trojans back in front. Back and forth we go. Dump off inside Graves, and it's going to be a foul on Carter. It's his second. A little communication there between them. That's one Carter's got to recognize. Hey, I'm beat. I got to have some help, and there might be help. But the 2 points are not as big a deal here than having the 2 fouls.
The 2 fouls, yeah. He's got to let that go and not bump him on the way by.
He'll sit down. Dylan Collins will come back in. And it will. What's that?
31 for them came in.
Oh, yeah. Checked into the ball game for them was Billy Buck. Buck, who's scored a couple in each ball game. Exactly a couple, 2 in each ball game for them that these two teams have played. White up around Henderson. Hands it off left side for Thiessen. Dump off inside kick. Here's Reese. Good closeout by Whirl. White for 3. Up, hits the guide wire, and it'll be back to the Trojans here with 2:18 to play in this first quarter. Muya, bring it up on the right wing. Top of the key for Troike. Trying to give and go. There's Whirl. Ryder. Kick. Right back. Moving around. Trojans are doing a nice job whipping the ball around. Trying to find a hole here. Man defense for Baxter so far here in this one. Got to take care of the basketball, though. Loose ball. Henderson comes out of there with it. It'll be a jump ball, and that'll be in favor of the Lions, I do believe. And it is. Coach still has his jacket on.
I know, I lost.
Should have bet on that. Minute 49 to play in this first quarter. Buck, high post Morris, kick. Here's Trey White. It's poked out by Ryder Whirl, and then last touch by Henderson. Ryder was headed the other direction. Fortunate bounce of the ball for Baxter Springs. White to inbound. Throw it in left side for Thiessen. Move it around. Here's Kyler Reese on the right wing. Baseline Morris. Shot up. No good. Rebound. Zane Henderson. Trojans with a chance here to add to their lead. Troike spinning. He'll go up. Off the glass. No good. Ball knocked around. He gets it back. No look to Muya. Shot up good. And the foul. How about Evan Troike still in the air off the rebound. He just tosses it over to Caleb, not looking at it. And Caleb, that's his first field goal of this first quarter. And an and one opportunity for him. Trojans' largest lead here is 3. Baxter is led by as many as 3 as well. Here's the and one, up and good. 13-9. Driving, Reese, kick. Thiessen was open, didn't take it. Minute 8. Reese, White, high post. Back into the ball game is Graves. White trying to shake off Collins, about as patient as they've been in the half court. Buck with it at the free throw line. Nearly jumped by Troike. Thiessen, though, nearly lost it. Going out of bounds. Troike's everywhere trying to steal that ball, and it finally gets in the hands of the Trojans. That was all Evan Troike, but can Collins finish? He'll scoop it back up. Trojans need to take care of the basketball. Here's Gabe Muya, who's checked into the ball game for the Trojans. And Evans going to pull it back with 34 seconds left, perhaps to work for the final shot of the first quarter. The backside help defense. Looking over to Coach and put in the hands of Caleb, but they're going to let him work for the final shot. 17 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Collins, whirl, 8 seconds. Troike, Muya in the paint. He'll elevate over the top. Shot up, good. Just can jump higher. There's a shot by. And the foul. They called a foul on that shot as well. Kyler Reese knocks it down. I think they called a foul. Maybe they didn't.
No foul.
So a three-point shot at the buzzer pulls the Tigers back to within 3. We got ourselves a dandy here in Caney. The Trojans and the Lions, Class 3A Sub-State Championship game.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent in Girard is Leah Smith. Leah is excited to bring more than 10 years industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri back to her hometown. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options, whether it's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give Leah Smith a call today at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you. 15-12, Trojans lead it. Trojans have led by as many as 6. Have trailed by as many as 3. Off right corner for Henderson. Trojans with the ball start this second quarter. Would have been a 6-point lead if Kyler Reese stepped through. Muya, shot no good, but he is fouled. And Caleb already with 7 points here in this ball game. He'll go back to the free throw line to shoot 2.
That's 2 on Reese already.
And they're trying to, I don't know how you sat and watched that game last night and thought, now we can be the team that one-on-ones it.
Yeah.
And now they've got help defense obviously too, but they're trying to man. And I don't know if they have it. Made both free throws. Trojans back in front now by 5. 7:24 to play here in this second quarter. High post kick, swinging around left side for White. On the side, again, this is about as patient in the half court as we've seen Baxter the 2 times we've seen him. Some of that might be being dictated by the Trojans. Reese elevates, shot up, no good. Rebound, Muya. It's a good rebound up in front. Wagger whirl, up and under, a little too much. And pulled out of there by Reese. Here come the Lions going the other way. White. Good closeout there by the Trojans, but they lost Graves. He'll get the bucket and the foul. And he'll be at the free throw line for his and one. Carter Doherty's got to come back in. I'm getting the last lesson he's getting from Coach Wescott is don't foul.
Yeah.
Easier said than done. That's a second on Henderson. And Graves at the free throw line is 1 of 2. That one's no good. Here come the Trojans up by 3. Right corner for Worrell. Troike. Swiftly to the corner for Muya. Ryder calls out the play for the Trojans. Troike. Worrell. Open look at a 3. On the way. Good! Ryder Worrell knocks down the triple. Trojans lead it back by 6, matching their largest lead of this ball game so far. Early going, 6:21 to go in the first half. Good defense, Reese leaning, good. And he nearly got his 3rd foul, probably should have. Collins catching in transition. They'll pull it back now. High post for Carter. Collins, you know Evans saying, take that shot, Dylan. He does, on the way, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Reeves. He'll lead it up in front for White. White, shot up, leaning, good. Trey White has 6. Muya with it on the right wing. Collins on the left corner. Dylan's missed a couple of threes here in this first half. Muya. Ryder thought about it. They put it in a zone now. Extended 2-3. Start this second quarter. Have the Lions. Man wasn't working. Right side for Troike Trojans. This is the longest offensive possession I think they've had of the ball game. Collins kick. Caleb on the right side. Ryder for 3 on the way. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Billy Buck. Coats off. Jackets off.
Yeah, I saw that.
20-16. Trojans lead by 4. They've led by as many as 6. Our first time out of the ball game. We'll take it 20-16. 5:03 to play. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
It may be cold outside, but you can stay warm and cozy inside with help from D-Roll Commodity. Replace your flooring today with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. We have a great selection of furniture, including mattresses and sofa sets. And if you need a recliner, this is the place to be. Now is a great time to shop at D-Roll Commodity Flooring and Furniture, with stores in Brazelton and Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
20-16, Trojans lead by 4. Baxter Springs with the basketball here as get it back underway after the timeout by the Lions. Off left side. McCauley into the ball game for Baxter. Ryder comes up to bug Trey White. Off the Buck to the corner. Thiessen, open look at a 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, neither team shot particularly well from deep in the early going of this one. Off right side for Muya. Here's Ryder. Oh, Dillon's not looking. Hits him in the face. It stays in his hand somehow. Caleb at the elbow. He'll kick. Another look for Ryder. On the way. Good! Except for him. He's shooting pretty well. He's hit 2 threes in this second quarter. Trojans in front by 7. That's their largest lead of the ball game. 4:12 to play in the second quarter. High post for McCauley. Buck. Graves down inside. To the elbow, or to the corner rather. Back outside for White. Screen's gonna come. White's gonna try to use it, then he doesn't. Thiessen again, same spot this time, it's good. He can get you from 3. He has not played very good against the Trojans. Thiessen hasn't. In fact, in their 2 matchups, that's his first bucket. But Coach talked about him off the air with me and thought he was a guy who could be a factor for them. 3:36 to play first half. Ryder. I think he was surprised to be open that time. Collins. On Dillon's attempts, he's been too close maybe. Muya. Scoop with the right hand. Nice clear out underneath there by Carter Doherty. 25-19. Buck, Thiessen into the paint. McCauley, his shot up, no good. Rebound by Graves, not there. Then Troike runs it away. I think they're going to call a foul on Evan Troike.
Carter Doherty.
Oh, my goodness. Coach is going, what? Gosh darn it, that's the third foul on Carter. That'll be it for him this half. He has battled through that foul trouble. He started out the season, that was one of his Achilles heels.
Right.
But he has really worked into being a really good player for them this year, a certain factor. But it bites him again here in back-to-back nights. Reese over to Thiessen. Trojans switch. Off left corner. Graves kick. Thiessen go right back to him. Evan Troike's drawn duty on Thiessen in this zone that the Trojans are in right here. Reese barking out orders. Off left side, Thiessen. White for three from the corner. Good. 6-point lead is nothing against this team. They can close it out in a hurry. 25-22. Back to a three-point contest. Mulia with it. Off to Collins. Here's Troike. Evan to Caleb. Back corner for Worrell. Here's Mulia. Triple team. He'll go up anyways. Carter Doherty, that would have been a foul. Reese, turnaround, jumper on the way. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Caleb. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mulia, scoop under. He is fouled.
It's 3 on Reese.
That's big. That's as big for them as it is Carter Doherty having 3 fouls, I can tell you that. Minute 57 to play. And Mulia knocks down the free throw. 26-22. 1:57 to go. Coach Hibler didn't like it. Mulia knocked it down. 27-22. Trojans have led throughout this second quarter. Off left side for Thiessen. To the corner for White. He likes that corner. Up no good this time. Good rebound by Henderson. Troike, long pass up to Worrell. Ryder trying to get through traffic. He'll go back outside for Dillon, and they'll pull it down and run an offense here. Ryder's got to catch that ball and go be aggressive, I think. Mulia in the paint. Puts it on the deck. Ripping at him from behind. Elevates, shot up, and good. It's like he didn't sleep last night. Just stayed awake to not shake off the mojo.
When you're hot, bud.
That's right. 29-22, minute 13 to play. Dump off inside Graves. Help was there. Henderson gets the foul. That's not a bad foul for Zane. Zane thought he got most of the ball, and he probably did, but the way it looked did not look good. That's his third, though. The only reason it's not a good foul is because it is his third. But Graves has not shot the ball that great from the free throw line. He's 1 of 3. And that was a gimme for him on the shot. And Gabe Mulia going to get thrust into extra duty with Zane with 3 fouls. .108 to play here in this first half. Graves, second one on the way. That one's hard off the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled out by Caleb. 29-23. 1:01 to play. First half, GM Bank halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. What do we need to talk about here tonight? Troike on the left side. Evan, one dribble into Worrell. Worrell kick. Mulia around. Troike, here's Caleb on the baseline. Kick back outside for Worrell. Ryder. Are going to work for one shot now here in this first half. Trojans likely to take a halftime lead into the locker room. Kyler Reese helps them a little bit. His defense was as good as an offense production because he can jump those passes. Super athletic and long. And him on the bench with 3 fouls is a factor for them. .12 seconds. There's a one-on-one. They just ran this play to end the first quarter. It worked pretty well. Here's Muya. And he's going to be, they're going to call him a travel, I think, or a foul.
Yep, got a foul.
It's going to be a foul. It'll be on the floor. It'll be against Thiessen. So Trojans will inbound with 1.2. His first team 5. There haven't been that many fouls considering Collins from deep. Ooh, just missed it. Good look at it. Trojans are going to lead by 6 going into the locker room. They led by as many as 7 in the first half. And that kicks off the GM Bank halftime show, formerly Girard National Bank. GM Bank has a new name, but still providing customers with the same high-quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GM Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Trojans lead it halfway through this sub-state championship game. We'll come back and talk about it on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Empty floor here inside Caney Valley High School. Side of this 3A Sub-State Championship game, the Girard Trojans, Baxter Springs Lions. Columbus Lady Titans punched their ticket to the 3A state tournament earlier tonight as they rolled Cherryvale in that first game of the night. Lots of action going on throughout the rest of Southeast Kansas as teams look to go to the state tournament. It is so much fun out there. So here's how we got to where we are here on the Kenora Eye Care Eye on the Game. Thanks to the support from their community, Kenora Eye Care has doubled their space, nearly doubled their space. They've extended their hours. They've got locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenora Eye Care is the clear choice. Make your appointment by calling 620-235-1737. Trojans would take the lead to start this ball game, but boy, was it back and forth for a while. We had 4 lead changes in the first half. But the Trojans would grab the lead. It was tied 2-2, tied 4-4. But the Trojans would grab the lead back 10-9. They have not relinquished it since that point. They led by 3 at the end of one quarter. It was up by 6, but Kyler Reese's only bucket of the ball game was an off-balance guarded 3 from three-quarter court. Or rather about the volleyball line, just inside the three-point line, and able to get his first and only bucket of the ball game to bring it to within 3. But the Trojans would come out in the second quarter, and they would spread it back out. They would lead by as many as 7. They led 23-16. But about that point is when Baxter started to kind of hold serve a little bit. They pulled it to within 3, 25-22. And then the Trojans stretching it back out just a little bit. They lead by 6 here at the break, 29-23. Halftime stats. First for Baxter Springs, 9 points from Trey White, 6 points from Tucker Graves. And then 3 points from Kyler Reese, 3 points from Blake Thiessen, and 2 points from Brant Morris as they have 23 at the break. I was missing 2 points, so I just gave them to Caleb Muya. I figured that's probably where they're at anyways. If he's between 15 and 17 points here at halftime, depending on which scorebook you look at. Don't look at ours. We lost 2 points of his last night too, so I'm giving them to him early here. 6 points from Ryder Worrell, all from behind the arc, all in that second quarter run. And then 4 points from Carter Doherty, who sits on the bench with 3 fouls, sat most of that first half with 3 fouls. Evan Troike, not most of it, but he sat most late in that second quarter as he picked up that 3rd foul. It'll be crucial for him not to get that 4th one until at least the 4th quarter. Evan Troike with 2 points for the Trojans. Zane Henderson also has 3 fouls. So foul trouble situation, Carter Doherty with 3, Zane Henderson with 3, and for Baxter Springs, Kyler Reese with 3 here at the halftime break. 29-23, Trojans lead by 6 at halftime. We'll come back and talk with you more when we return on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
Trojan men make their way out of the locker room. Great energy here inside this gym. It would be impossible not to. It's so small and intimate, I would say.
Compact
here inside Caney Valley High School Gymnasium. Trojans lead it here at the break, 29-23. Again, if you Trojans hold this score and able to advance, they would play on Thursday next week in Hutchinson. Remember, the Trojans are now 3A, and that 3A tournament's been in Hutchinson for a long time. Dale and I were talking on the way out here. That's a brand new venue, basically. It's an old venue, but it's basically brand new. They've added a big old entryway, and I've been in there and toured it. It's really nice. That's the home of the Junior College National Championship Tournament, and so they've really done a nice job making that a great venue, one of the top venues in the state of Kansas. And so, boy, I'd love to see us go out there for that. Trojans got to play good here in the second half. I think Baxter probably feels like they didn't play their best basketball in that first half. They missed some shots as well. But then again, Kyler Reese with 3 fouls. We'll see how that goes in this second half. Lady Trojans wrapped up a really nice season. Not quite the way they would want it to, but fell 65-62 to Cherryville. Back on When was that, partner? Thursday? Friday?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Thursday.
Kind of all starting to run together.
They are. Fourth trip down here.
When you're trying to shake it up by taking an alternate route, and it just takes you one highway before the next one, and that's, I don't know. But we're going to get through it. I can promise you that. Colgan boys do advance to the state tournament in 2A as they win 40-32 over Yates Center. That was a good Yates Center team. Trojans saw them in the championship game of the Wilson County Classic, and they looked like they made Yates Center play their game 40-32. That's pretty typical Colgan basketball. All on the marbles here. A state tournament bid is on the line here as we get ready to go in this second half. Trojans lead by 6. They led by as many as 7 midway through that second quarter. We complained the first night it was really hot. I'm freezing.
We moved down here underneath this vent, and let me tell you.
It's coming on hot. I need to borrow Coach Wescott's jacket. He's not using it. Here we go. Second half. Trojans and Baxter Springs. Class 3A sub-state championship game. Rubber match between these two Titans of the CNC. Trojans are the CNC champs. Baxter Springs, the number 1 seed in this tournament. And Baxter will have it to start things here in this second half. Into the paint, White. Go reverse and go back outside for Thiessen. Jump up inside Graves. You know the plan was to get and go right at Carter Doherty. They're going to call foul on Troike on the box out off the three-point attempt by Trey White, so he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 3, and he's a pretty good free throw shooter. In fact, in that overtime game, the Trojans did win in the fourth quarter. He went 6 of 8. He went 9 of 11 in the ball game, and he knocks down the first one. Coach lobbying for the foul. Evan Troike, who fought through foul trouble last night, that's just his first personal foul. He's made the first 2. Here comes the third. Pretty good free throw shooter. 29-26 to a 3-point ball game. First offensive possession of the second half for the Trojans. Troike with on the right corner, right wing. Over to Muya. Caleb matched up with Morris. They're back to a man defense. Are the Lions. Trojans handled that fairly well. Here's some help. Clear out, knock it around. Back outside. Here comes Troike. Troike with a right hand layup. Good. We determined that Evan Troike had that extra 2 points I was missing at stats. So Caleb Muya with 15 in the first half and Evan Troike with 4. He's got 6 now. Graves kick back outside for Reese. Move it around over to Thiessen. Trojans in a zone. Dump off inside Graves. Kick it right back out. Thiessen. Here's Morris. He'll elevate in the paint. Shot up off the backboard and good. Just his second field goal of the ball game. 31-28. It's kind of a situation if you're Carter walked with that one. Shuffle those feet. Catch on the right side for the Trojans. Move it quickly around. Here's Collins, top of the key. Ryder with it on the left side. Dump off inside. Doherty. Little hook shot with the right hand. Can't get it to roll. Here comes Reese in transition. He'll have it on the right wing. He'll explode in there. Blocked by Carter. And now here come the Trojans. Long pass up for Ryder. Ryder blocked from behind. Trojans get the steal. Back to Ryder. Here's Doherty with a right-hand runner. No good. And knocked out of there. Lids on it. Here come the Lions going the other direction. You keeping up with this, partner?
I got you.
Up in front. I'm not. And all I have to do is turn my head. Let's say it's out of bounds off of the Trojans. So Baxter will have it underneath their own basket. Trojans up by 3. White. Troike able to move through that screen. White will get a look at one with a hand in his face. Trey White, first 6 points of the ball game, or the second half rather, has tied this game up at 31. The 6-point lead that was at halftime is gone. Collins trying to break it back open. Up and good. Dylan Collins gets the three. Coach wants a timeout to discuss what he's seeing. We'll take it along with him. Trojans in front by 3, 34-31. They answer the bell. We're back at 30. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Going into that timeout, Blake Thiessen slammed the ball down to the basketball court and got called for a technical foul. So when we come out of this timeout by the Trojans, we'll be shooting free throws. Ryder World's a natural pick for that, but man, the way Caleb Muya shooting free throws, you might go that route.
Yeah.
They're going to go with Ryder. Again, do we need to go back and assess my coaching record? Ryder at the free throw line. Oh. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Ryder will need to settle down. He knocked down 2 big threes in that second quarter. Trojans up by 4. Worrell gets the second one to go. 35-31. Only person I've seen to be close to automatic from the free throw line is Amanda David.
Yeah.
And she finished her college career at or above 90% from the free throw line. That's pretty darn good. Ball nearly tipped out of bounds. Troike to Muya. Caleb matched up with Morris. Now triple team. Troike will go past now. He throws it off the hip, trying to get it out. Caleb steals it. Caleb is fouled. They were trying to outlet that ball and thought they were going to throw it over his head, and he went up and got it.
Yeah. That was some high-flying action right there.
It's going to called against, that was Thiessen's third, by the way. Or that was called on Thiessen, his third. Jump off inside Doherty. Back outside Evan on the right wing. They're trying to pound it down inside on this man defense also. Doherty off to Caleb. Muya will back up. He gets some help. They're going to call carry on. Ryder. I didn't see that. 35-31 Trojans up. 4:30 to play, third quarter. Here's Graves. Up, no good. Loose ball. Oh. They say it was off of Evan Troike. It'll stay with Baxter Springs. Underneath their own basket with 4:23 to go, third quarter. White to inbound. Throw it into Graves. Set their offense up. Right corner. He'll look baseline. Trying to go up and under. Blocked by Carter Doherty. Here's Reese. He'll kick it and nearly threw it away. White gets it. And they'll live to play another down here with Reese. Dump off. Good look. Morris. That's the fourth. Yeah, Caleb's right. Carter's saying I didn't jump, but his hands did come down. That was a legitimate foul. And Carter, what he needs to do is recognize and just let him have the 2 points. The points, again, are not as big a factor as him being on the bench, which he is promptly going to return to. And Morris at the free throw line to shoot, too. Carter will sit down with 4 fouls. With 4:04 to go, we probably won't see him until about this point of the fourth quarter, I would suspect, unless things fall apart. 35-32. Chance to pull them in. And then back to within 2, they do. On the free throws by Brant Morris. Trojans need a bucket. Troike out high. I mean, I see why they run the man-to-man because they're darn good at it. But They've tightened it down a little bit perhaps here in the second half. Here's Henderson. Zane can pull the trigger on that from time to time. Ryder can too. Shake off. Reese nearly picked up his 4th foul, and they do get him.
Travel.
Yep. Traveling violation on Ryder Whirl. He kind of went up on his feet like he was going to jump and then came back down. Another turnover. They tied it at 31 a moment ago. Trojans got back in front by 4, but now chance to tie it. Blocked. They're going to call foul. They're going to call it on. It's on Henderson. Nope, it's called on Muya. That's probably better than Henderson, honestly, because Zane's got 3 fouls. That would have been his 4th. Caleb's just picking up his first personal foul, but Caleb just couldn't believe it. And it sends Morris right back to the free throw line. He just made 2 in a row. And a chance to tie this ball game up at 35. It'll remain a Trojan lead for the time being here with 3:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, I said this last night, but these sub-state games just seem to fly by.
They do.
You look up and all of a sudden it's over midway through the 3rd quarter. Here's Morris. That one rolls in. 1-point contest. 35-34. Trojans led by 6 at halftime. Baxter Springs quickly cut that lead down. Collins from deep. Plenty of mustard on that one. Outlet for White. White poked out. Choiky poked it out. Here comes Muya. 2-on-3. Caleb, he'll elevate, lean, up, no good. Nearly gets his own rebound, but Graves going to lead the charge now. Little shake and bake from Graves, and it's going to be a charge. No, they're going to call foul on Evan Choiky. The officials both seeing something. They're going to call the flop on Evan. If there's any doubt as to what the opinion is of the Trojan fans around us. And it's going to send Trey White back to the free throw line to shoot 2. And he knocks down the first one. He started this 3rd quarter with 3 consecutive threes on a 3-point foul by Evan Choiky, and now he'll get called for another one. Will Evan? He's got 2. It's team foul number 4. And the ball game's tied at 35 with a chance to break the tie. They have not led since midway through the 1st quarter, and they do right now. They have come back from a 6-point deficit. Troiky nearly lost it going out of bounds. Evan, the free throw line, kick, Ryder, wide open look at a 3, on the way, that rimmed out. Evan nearly picked up his 3rd foul. White with it. They make another buck. He might see a timeout from Coach Wescott. White, little shake and bake. Up and around Henderson. Shot no good. And rebound to be determined. It'll be a jump ball. And that is in favor of the Trojans. Trojans with the basketball down by 1. 36-35, 2:15 to play. In this, there's that timeout by the Trojans. It's a 30, we'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
(36-35) Trojans down by 1 with the basketball. Coming out of the timeout they called just a moment ago. Trojans will have it here with 2:10. Chorky on the right wing. Off to Muya. Caleb in the corner. He'll call out the play, just under 2 to go in the third. It's been the Baxter Springs Lions winning this third quarter here. Trojans won the second. Troike, he'll slide past, lots of contact, baseline Caleb. Muya up and under, scoop ain't good. That's just his first field goal of the second half. And the Trojans back in front. Traveling violation. Not called. Lions with it. Jump off inside to Graves. He'll give way to White. Worrell is tightened down on him when he comes out there. Ryder was telling him, get over there and guard him. You can't let him have any room. Telling Collins to get over there. Dylan's got to know that. And not let him even pull the trigger from over there because he is just deadly. 1:03 to play in the third. Trojans up by 1. Here's Caleb. Troike. Henderson, open look at a 3 on the way. Good! Zane Henderson, I said he can make those. From time to time he does. 40-36. Trojans back in front by 4. 35 seconds to play. Trojans trying to take some momentum into the final quarter of play here in this sub-state championship game. White sliding through. Bounce pass. Morris blocked by Troike. He blocks that shot. Trojans can work for the final shot now here with 17 seconds. Caleb out high. That would have been Evans' third. That was darn close. It was so clean, he came out of there with it. 7 seconds, 1-on-1, and they'll foul him on the floor. That would be my MO. I'm not going to let him get to the rim.
Nope.
If I feel my heels hit the free throw line, I'm fouling him.
Yep.
It's a second on Morris. Team foul number 3 on the Lions with 5.9 to play in this third quarter. Trojans led by 6 at halftime. Perhaps they held serve here in this third quarter. Here's Collins, little runner with the right hand, no good. And Evan does pick up that third foul. Recognize the situation. Coach trying to stick his nose in there to figure out what the conversation is. We'll let them sort it out. Final quarter coming your way next on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
0.2 on the clock. Coach puts in some subs, and so we just ended our third quarter, but we didn't actually end it because they put 2.2 seconds on the clock. Trojans lead it after 3, 40-36. In a Class 3A state tournament berth on the line here in the final quarter. This has been a dandy.
We talked about it on the way here. You know, there's 2 ways it could go. We've been beat by a few points and took them into overtime in a close one, and we're going to see this barn burner. And, boy, with a little bit of foul trouble going into the fourth quarter, not something too horrible yet, but I believe Carter Doherty's got 4, Troike's got 3 now.
Yep, and Zane Henderson with 3 fouls as well. They've got a little bit of foul trouble on their own, right? Kyler Reese with 3. He's been a non-factor in this ball game so far. That scares me to death.
Yes.
Because guys like him go off in fourth quarters. We saw it last night with Caleb Muya going off in the fourth quarter. Blake Thiessen has 3 fouls as well. Trey White was the one leading the charge that last game, third quarter, to help them kind of climb back into it. But Trojans led by 6 at halftime. They lead by 4 after 3. Trojans have led at the end of each quarter so far, but it doesn't matter unless you lead at the end of the last quarter.
The fourth quarter is the one that counts. So here we come.
Here come the Trojans. It'll be Baxter Springs basketball to start this fourth quarter. They're quick to give the ball. Trojans not quite out of their timeout yet. Almost could have taken advantage of that. Here's White. They've switched up and put Caleb on him. Graves, help comes over there. Graves knocked around. Reese, it's going to be a foul. We'll see who it gets. It's going to be Evan. He's dumbfounded. I think coach is asking, what do you want us to do? That was probably close to 3 seconds on Graves down inside the paint. And that's the 4th on Evan, and he's going to have to play incredibly careful. And Reese misses the free throw. Didn't take a lot of free throws against the Trojans when they played. I guess he did in the first game when he scored 22 against the Trojans. This is the first one there. This is the second one as well. Rebound by Caleb. Say no harm, no foul, but there was a foul, and it's a big one for the Trojans. As Evan picks up his 4th. He comes out of the ball game. Gabe Muya checks back in for the Trojans. So no Doherty, no Troike. It's flashbacks of last night. Zane a little grin as he shakes and bakes and loses Trey White momentarily. Trojans going to be content here to hold a little bit, kill some clock. Why not? 7:13 to go, and count it. You take a shot if you've got a wide open look at one or a high percentage shot. Muya to Muya. Long possession here for the Trojans. Ryder, the elbow, kick, Caleb. He'll drive, elevate, leaner with the right hand, catches it, no good. Whirl was there, out of bounds, goes, is going to go off of the line, so the Trojans will get it back as Morris goes flying into the Trojan bench. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Hibler. I think he sees that stall game coming, wants to draw up what they want to do to try to stop it. 30-second timeout, we'll take it. We're back at 30. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Feel the power. 40-36. Trojans with the basketball. Trying to burn a little clock. So we'll see. They're going to change it out because they weren't in the zone. They're changing it up to a man here, I think. It's tougher to run the stall against that. Collins over to Whirl. Ryder, kick. Gabe, Muya. Blocked. Ends up in Big Brother's hands. He'll kick back. And now Caleb will drag it down nonchalantly, as if it's no big deal as it's careening towards half court. That was a move just to, hey, everybody relax. Ryder will attack. He'll elevate. Little leaner on the way. No good. Rebound Muya. Caleb gets the board. And he'll have to throw it clear across the court for Collins, who dish. Gabe Muya for 3 on the way. Good! The biggest three-point bucket of Gabe Muya's career. And it's something on.
Foul on Henderson. He shoved somebody.
I don't know if they gave a foul to him. I think they warned him, perhaps. The officials are going to talk about it. Zane has 3 fouls. What a huge shot by Gabe Muya.
Well, let's see what they're. Wish I had the Zoom. We hear what they're saying.
I still don't know what they've decided here. Trojans got to get out of that timeout. They did not assess a foul. Beats me. 43-36. It start the clock. Clock wasn't running, and now it is running. We had this issue last night where the clock didn't get started for the Trojans. Now the officials are going to have to try to figure out how much time's supposed to be on the clock. And the score's messed up now. The Cherryvale and the Columbus game, the score was kind of screwy in the first half as well. So that is not a correct score. Score is 43-36. Your guess is as good as mine. People are asking me what's going on. I don't know. I'm just the dude.
They're going to say it's 42-36.
That was a three-point bucket. That's what they were discussing at the end of that first half, whether that was that end of that shot on Muya, whether it was a two-point shot or a three-point shot, I think, perhaps. That was clearly a three. Nope, they're going to say it was a two. Unbelievable.
Wow. And it's a neutral site.
No, it's just operator error perhaps a little bit on that, but they'll leave the score. Their time at 5:35. Backside, threw it away. Trojan basketball. 5.5 to go here in this sub-state championship ball game. Trojans lead at 42-36. Ryder gets just hammered from behind. That's going to be his fourth. I mean, he came down hard on his arm. I don't know why you wouldn't think that's a foul. And that's his fourth. That should be team foul number 4. If you're just joining us, Carter Doherty, Evan Troike both sit on the floor for the Trojans, on the bench rather for the Trojans. Going to be a foul against Gabe Muya. Well, Stripes have taken over this one. It's the first on Gabe. 5:20 to play. It's almost like a chance to go to the state tournament's on the line tonight.
Yeah.
Reese with it. First kind of half-court offense we've seen much out of him, and they lost it. Collins, bounce pass, dangerous one. Muya gets it back. Caleb up with the right hand, good. A fortuitous bounce of the basketball for Caleb Muya. 44-36. Trojans' largest lead of the ball game is 8 points. Timeout taken by Coach Hibbler. It's a 4. We'll take it along with him. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojan basketball, Girard Sports Live.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
Crock-In Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Baxter Springs basketball as we come out of the timeout. Trey White with it on the right wing. Now he'll go to the paint. Slash. Leaner. No good. Gets his own rebound. Flip it off Graves. He'll lay it in with the left hand good. It's the first bucket for Graves in the second half. Stops this run by the Trojans. They stretch the lead out to as many as 8. And another foul.
Oh, that is
Trojans
complete.
Away from the ball. They're going to call it on Dylan Collins.
That is complete crud.
I didn't see it.
He flops on the ground and grabs his mouth.
Well, Collins picks up his first personal foul. At least it's not on guys with many fouls. It's back-to-back. The Trojans have lost possessions with questionable backside calls. Here's White. Muya. Layup. Charge that way. Zane Henderson, a big charge. They're not going to call that one. Trey White. I will tell you this. It's been equal opportunity. Ain't nobody happy in this, Jim. Ain't nobody thrilled with the officiating. And that's just because there's just so much on the line. It hasn't been too bad. We're approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. 6-point game, Trojans in front. Collins out high. They've made it midway point of the fourth quarter with Troike and Doherty on the bench. Those 4 fouls, Trojans have been able to hold and maintain. In fact, stretch it. Scoop off for Gabe. Here's Ryder. Ooh, everybody saw that one except for Ryder. I think he saw it. Gabe Muya. Oh, he is knocked down hard. I don't know how you don't call an intentional on that. He just kind of shoved him down the back. There was no attempt at the basketball. It's called on Graves. Somehow Graves picks up his first personal foul of the ball game. Team foul number 6 on Baxter. Trojans will have it underneath their own basket with 3:34 to play here. Graves will sit down. Get it into Ryder. Whirl. Nearly lost it. Muya. Up. Good. And the foul! Caleb Muya. He's been quieter here in the second half. He had 15 at halftime. He's just got 6 in the second, 21 for the ball game. And a chance to put the Trojans up by 9 for the first time here tonight. 3:30 to play in the ball game. The and one rolls in. Bring in a sub, Graves. Offense, defense move here for Baxter. Trojans lead by 9. 3.5 to go in this ball game. Trojan student section getting into it. You know that because our clock cameras rattling a little bit. There's a foul by Ryder. That'll send Trey White to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Worrell picks up his first personal foul. Move your feet is the mandate from Coach Wescott. .324 to play in the ball game. Trey White at the free throw line. He has not missed. 4 for 4 on the night for the charity stripe, including 3 to start this second half. .47-39. Doherty and Troike going to check back in. Makes them both. They will both check in. Trojans up by 7. Both of them with 4 fouls. Gabe Muya is going to get a well-deserved round of applause. So will Zane Anderson. Big minutes from those two young men. And now with a starting 5 on the floor for the Trojans. Can they wrap up the final 3:20? Collins dribbles through pressure. Off to Caleb. Outside for Whirl. Ryder working against Reese. He's got a dribble. Tighten down they have. Outside for Troike. Off to Whirl. To Collins. Trojans trying to kill the clock. This is nerve-wracking. Caleb elevating. Scoop with the right hand. Good. And the foul. That is quintessential Caleb Muya. If somebody got a picture of that, that's what he has looked like in this sub-state tournament. He took off at the fourth block of the squares at the free throw line and hung up there, scooped, got the contact on the inside. And he will go back to the free throw line for the and one. A chance to put the Trojans up by double digits. They have not put the score up yet. Coach is having to explain that they need to put that up there. And Caleb with a chance to put them up by 10 here with 2:52 to play. There's the and one. It's his first miss of the night from the free throw line. Elevate, White, hard, knocked around, Muya with the rebound. He'll try to clear some space. Oh, he is knocked out of his hands. Then loose ball, Caleb ended up back with it.
Karma.
I guess so. St. Henderson to the ball game. Coach going to take a timeout. It's a full. Trojans lead it 49-40. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays. 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
There's the situation, 49-40, 2:24 to play here in the ball game. Trojans with the lead and the basketball. Caleb Muya, 24 points. I believe in this one. Yes. The Trojans with the basketball. They're just trying to kill some clock, trying to kill some time. They don't want to leave anything and much. Again, playing with Troike and Doherty with 4 fouls. They'll get it in for Evan. Back to Ryder. Skip pass, far side Muya. Here's Muya, hold off for Troike. The athleticism of the Trojans is making it tough because they can move. Backside for Collins, move it around, over to Troike. Frustrated for Baxter Springs. There's the interception. Reese read it. That's a long pass to make. Trojans, Dylan Collins nearly with a steal. Stepped in front of it. Here's the thing, Baxter's been trying to climb back in this one the whole entire game. And they've never trailed by a whole lot. This is the largest lead of the ball game for the Trojans. But they've been behind and clawing, and that takes just a ton of energy. Thiessen for 3, good. It's his second one of the ball game. Makes it 49-43. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Trojans have to take care of the basketball. Here's Doherty, back outside. No look there to try to clear things. There a foul, Caleb Muya, and that'll be Caleb shooting 2, 1 and 1. Foul will be on Trey White. I believe it's his 3rd. Team foul number 9. Minute 25 to play here in the ball game. Trojans need to hit their free throws. The first one up. No good. Missed it. Missed his last 2 after making 8 in a row to start. Reese outside. White back to Reese. Skip past Thiessen to the corner. Nearly knocked out of it. Ooh. I thought almost touched Billy Buck. Minute 13 to play. Trojans up by 6. Trying to hold serve. Reese matched up on Worrell. He'll step through. Shot up. Left it short. Rebound. Up and good. On the putback by Morris, and a timeout going to be called by Coach Hibbler as they pull the game back to within 4 with 1:05 to play. On the bucket by Morris, just his 3rd field goal of the ball game. He has 7 second-half points, 9 for the ball game. It's a full. We'll take a 30. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
.45. Trojans have led by as many as 9. It's a 5-0 run right now by Baxter Springs. Columbus Lady Titans punched their ticket to the Class 3A state tournament earlier, knocking off Cherryville in this sub-state. We said that girls' sub-state was wide open, and the number 4 seed ends up coming out of it. Press going to be applied here. Into Ryder. Now time's going to start to become an issue. Coach calls a timeout. Coach gets a timeout. Ryder went the wrong way. He needs to work back to the middle of the floor. Timeout taken by the Trojans. I think that's probably what they drew up right there, and they did not run it. It's another full timeout. Look at that sub-state. Kind of how we got to where we are. Everybody, for the most part, played on Tuesday, but the Trojans do play on Monday. They knock off Riverton 58-23. Caney advanced with a win over Columbus. Helena beat Cherryville, and Baxter beat Frontenac in those first-round games. And then Baxter waltzed through things yesterday against Galena. Trojans had their hands full. In case you don't know, Trojans were down by 10 going into the fourth quarter against Caney Valley and outscored them 25-4 in the fourth quarter. Caleb Muya had 40 points in that ball game, and the Trojans won at 66-55. Girls' side of things, Lady Trojans fell in a tough one on Thursday, 65-62 to Cherryville. A scrappy Cherryville team. I think they just kind of ran out of energy in that in this tournament. Then Columbus with probably the upset. Columbus had beat them, or Baxter had beat them twice in the regular season, but Columbus gets it when it counts. And Trojans with the basketball, up by 4. Under a minute to play in this one. Throw it in deep for Caleb Muya. Trojans got to get it across the timeline at some point. There's near steal. Doherty with it. He'll give it to Troike. That was not pretty, but effective. Muya is going to be fouled. They'll send Caleb back to the free throw line to shoot too. Foul's called on Morris. His third, team 10, so this will be shooting 2 for Caleb. It's Morris's 4th, actually. And Caleb made his first 8, but he missed his last 2. Back on the right side of things here. 50-45, 44 seconds to play here in this ball game. That's an unmistakable voice in the background of Coach Wescott. Good. Back in front by 6. 51-45. You can't let them score quickly. If they do score, you got to make them work for it a little bit. 38 seconds. White from deep on the way. Good. He's just unbelievable. And Neil and I were talking off the air that you're never quite comfortable with Trey White on the floor. It's his third 3 of the ball game, and it makes it a one-possession game. 51-48. They're going to pressure on the inbound, and then they're going to try to get a steal. If they don't get a steal, they'll foul.
Right.
So who do you want shooting the free throws? I guess is the story here in this one. Again, the winner of this ball game moves on to the 3A state tournament. that game would be played on Thursday. Girls play on Wednesday, boys on Thursday. If you don't know, the state tournament first round is a one and done. If you don't win, you do not play. But if you do win, you're guaranteed 2 more because you get to play for the semifinals, and then they do a third place game. Some places don't do that. It's single elimination all the way through. Kansas, they do. And if you don't win on day 2, then you'll play for a third place finish. Trojan men, Trojan women have all done that. Trojan men did it a couple of years ago, unfortunately, in a game that fouls played a factor in that one as well. Back when David got fouled early in the semifinals of that one, and that was a factor. That was a frustrating game. Trojans with the lead, however, and the basketball to get it inbound. Straight to get it in. Get it to Ryder. Over to Troike. And they're going to foul Evan. Will Trey White. That'll be his 4th foul. The thing right now, the Lions are running out of guys that foul. Reese has 4. Morris has 4. Thiessen has 3. White has 4. And you don't want to foul him out of the game. That pretty much takes away any chance you have. Troike with that bum wrist. 63% free throw shooter on the season. First one up. Good. Not sure if there's anybody I'd rather have at the free throw line.
Calm, cool, and collected.
.30 seconds to play in this one. The second one, Troike, good. Big shots from the senior. 53-48. Trey White. Doherty. No good. Rebound. Muya gets it. He's down the floor. He finally gets fouled with 20 seconds to play. Caleb's going to go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's a 5-point ball game. If I was a Trojan fan or if I was a Baxter Springs fan, I'd be pretty frustrated about that down there in the paint. They kind of let them play. And a fortunate bounce of the basketball. That could have gone either way. And Morris fouls out of the ball game. Had a good second half for them. 9 points. Here's the first one for Caleb Muya. Catches the front iron and rolls in. 54-48. Here's the second one. Up. True. That's a shot of a guy whose legs are almost gone, but have a few seconds left in him. Trey White from way downtown. Carter Doherty the rebound. Caleb Muya holding. And the Girard Trojans are going to win this one. And they're going to go back, this time, to the 3A state tournament in Hutchinson. 55-48. They win the grudge match against the Baxter Springs Lions. And the number 2 seeded Girard Trojans are headed to the 3A state tournament.
Wow.
What a ball game this was. Emotion on the face of the Baxter Springs Lions, as it should be, as they put their heart and soul into this one. But the Girard Trojans, this group of seniors, dug down deep in this ball game and in this tournament. Less than 24 hours ago, they were down by 10 going into the 4th quarter of the semifinals. They win it against Caney Valley. They come in here against Baxter Springs, and they win it 55-48 to advance to the 3A state tournament. Plenty to talk about here as we wrap up sub-state tournament action. What a win for the Trojans as they do advance to the tournament. Trophy presentation out at center court. We'll air that with the announcer.
The runner-up for the 2019 3A Sub-State Championship game here in Caney is the Baxter Springs Lions.
Giving the Lions the sub-state runner-up, that's a tough one to get.
And the Caney 3A State Boys Champion, the Girard Trojans.
What an incredible scene here in Caney, Kansas. The Girard Trojans advancing to the Class 3A state tournament. It's been a long time since Girard was 3A, so we'll see how that works out there in Hutchinson. But what an effort by the Girard Trojans. Left for dead to go into the fourth quarter against Caney and come back and win this one, 55-48. We'll come back and talk about it as we kick off the Leah Smith Agency post-game show. Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, bringing 10 years of industry experience back to her hometown. Call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. What a game for the Trojans as they advance to the Class 3A state tournament. We'll talk about it next on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent in Girard is Leah Smith. Leah is excited to bring more than 10 years industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri back to her hometown. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options, whether it's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give Leah Smith a call today at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do-it-yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Back out here on the Leah Smith Agency post-game show, the Girard Trojans victorious. Coach took not a lot of time with them in the locker room, let them come out and celebrate. I don't know if they ever did go to the locker room, frankly.
Nope, never did.
They've been out here celebrating, and they should. That was an excellent tournament. Again, you can't really tell this story, Dale, without going back to last night, and the Trojans were left for dead. We admitted to it. We were thinking about what we were going to be doing tonight, because it just looked like things weren't going their way. Foul trouble was an issue throughout the entire tournament, and then they do make it happen as they come back from 10 points down against Caney Valley to win it by 11. That was what's crazy, is you're down by 10 and you come back and win by 11. They outscore them 25-4 in the fourth quarter and get a win over a really good Caney Valley bullpup team, and then come in tonight against what would be your rival in the CNC here over the last few years, really. Remember, the Trojans beat Baxter Springs in that year I was talking about at their place in the sub-state championship game. And so Baxter just probably feeling like they can't quite get over the hump, but the Trojans do what they need to do. Unofficially, 28 points from Caleb Muya. Of those 28, he had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of 14 from the free throw line. In this last two ball games, he has missed 2 free throws. No, 4 free throws. He was 10 of 12 last night, 12 of 14 tonight. Incredible.
22 points. Is that what I got? 24 points from the free throw
10
line.
10 of 12 and 12 of 14.
Yep, 22 points.
22 points. 22 out of 26 from the free throw line. Forget about the high flying and the fact that he can elevate and hang in the air forever and dunk and all that stuff. as bad as he was shooting the free throws in the early season, is exactly how as good as he's doing it here now. And the Trojans will certainly need that next week because why? They're still playing basketball in Girard, Kansas, as the Trojans do advance to the Class 3A state tournament. Final numbers brought to you by the Bender on 7. Everyone's headed to the Bender, I'm sure, for a great post-game celebration. Grab your friends and head to the Bender for a late-night snack and some fun. Bender on 7, Girard's favorite hangout. Dine in or call for a carry-out at 620-724-4860. I didn't do a very good job keeping their stats, just so you know. But I've got 21 points from Trey White, 9 points from Brant Morris. Kyler Reese, 3 points in this ballgame. He had 22 against the Trojans the first time, 10 the second time, and 3 the last time. I think the Trojans maybe figured him out just a little bit. He also had foul trouble and had struggled with that. 8 points from Tucker Graves. For the Trojans, 28 points from Caleb Muya. And then 7 points from Ryder Whirl. 2 huge threes in the second quarter to kind of help the Trojans spread it out. They led by 6 at halftime. 6 points from Evan Troike with that bum wrist. 2 huge free throws in the fourth quarter when things were kind of close. Evan hits those free throws. 4 points from Carter Doherty, 3 points from Dylan Collins, 3 from Zane Henderson, and 2 from Gabe Muya. And those 2 were big. Some of the biggest shots, probably the biggest shots of his young career. Trojans win it 55-48 as they advance to the Class 3A state tournament in Hutchinson. We're going to come back. We'll talk with the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Wescott, when we return on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Coach Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Again, a look down at the joyous families of these players as the Girard Trojans do advance to the Class 3A state tournament with a 55-48 win over the Baxter Springs Lions. And joining us now, a jubilant Rod Wescott as the Trojans do win this one. And, Coach, we talked a little bit off the air here. That first game you played them back in early January, they won pretty handily and had a nice run in the third quarter, kind of spread things out. You weren't able to get it. Then in home, you win that game in overtime and might have felt like you might have stole one there. This was a win. You went out and won this ball game. Your guys led from almost the word go. It was back and forth a little bit in the first quarter, but once you got the lead, you held on to it. To handle that kind of pressure where you're out in front, sometimes it's almost easier to be coming back from behind a little bit, especially with a team that can shoot like them right on your tail, to hold on and win this game. What's that mean for you?
Yeah, I can't say enough about the kids right now. Just the belief. They believe in each other, and I'm gonna sound stupid talking because I'm still jacked up, buddy.
That's
but
good.
I don't care right now.
I sound stupid talking and I get paid for it.
I'm just really happy for the kids right now, man. They worked their tails off, and just nothing but a hard-fought game. You got to give Baxter kids a bunch of credit. They just kept battling, never would go away. And, you know, we did enough there in the end to hang on. And like you said, I thought our kids were aggressive tonight. We looked to score. We weren't shy. We took shots when they were there. And, you know, it's just good ball game for us. You said earlier, hey, we played 5 good quarters of basketball in a row. So, you know, that's something we can build on. And just really happy for our kids right now.
You remember back when in the early season when Caleb Muya couldn't hit a free throw?
Yeah, I do.
22 of 26 in the last 2 ball games from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's stepped up big there to line and really stepped up big the last 2 nights. And, you know, to come back to back, and I know we're not playing a lot of kids right now, and, you know, hard-fought game last night. Guys, that can't say enough about our kids' guts right now, the way they got out and battled and competed and knew what was at stake. And I'm just really proud of them and really happy for them.
This is a pretty special group of kids. They seem like they're fun to be around. They seem like they're good kids. The senior group's been together a little bit, and they kind of took their lumps with a really good group about 3 years ahead of them as freshmen. I'm sure they got a little bit of experience in that. They took their lumps, and now here they are qualifying for this state tournament. And you know as well as I do, when you get to the state tournament, anything can happen.
Hey, it's just a matter of getting there. You know, you get there, and that's the goal at the start of the season. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about our goals. We always sit down at the start of the year, and every team has goals. And these guys wanted to win the midseason tournament. You know, it's 3 games. Got that one. Win the league. Got
Against
that
this
one.
Team.
The
last game of the season.
Last game of the season. I mean, it went down to the wire. So hard-fought win there. Got that one. Sub-state wanted to win that one. Sure. And I'm not going to tell you what their last one was, but it's still out there in front of us. So. But man, I'm just really happy for our kids. Can't say enough about their effort and their teamwork. And gosh, don't we come in this morning and we're limping around and I'm thinking, goodness, we might need to call a doctor in here the way we look. But gosh darn, they turned it on come game time, and I'm just really happy for them. I've probably said that about 15 times
that's good.
now.
You should be happy for them and happy for yourself. You guys coached a hell of a game, and your coaching staff down there, they were working. Dave was up barking at people. Obviously, you guys are into it to win it, and having that help probably doesn't hurt you down the bench.
Oh yeah, I mean, Dennis, they keep me under control most of the time, and give me lots of advice. And you have to pick and choose with those two because they're always spurting things at you. But hey, it's a lot of fun. You know, our team, our coaching staff, we all like each other. And win or lose tonight, I'd have been very proud of these kids and what we've accomplished. But this is just a little icing on the cake, and it makes it even better. And last night I told them, I said, guys, we got about 5 minutes to enjoy this.
Yeah.
And we're going to turn around. We're going to start thinking about Baxter. I'm going to let them enjoy this one a day or two.
Good.
We'll take tomorrow off, and we'll see what happens Monday and see where the brackets go. And we haven't got to do it for 3 or 4 years now. It's been a while since these guys were freshmen. So I'm anxious to get out there. It's a great arena. We were talking about that earlier. You know, it's just a great venue, and I'm excited for these kids to see it. It'll be fun.
All right, Coach. What a game. Congratulations. Great win and going to the tournament.
Woo! I'm going to give you one of those. Who is that? Ric Flair. Can I give you one of those? That's to my cousin. He likes Ric Flair. So.
Coach fired up. Congratulations, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Wescott, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show. Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Again, the Trojans do advance to the Class 3A state tournament coming up on Thursday. Those brackets will be set by tomorrow, and we'll know kind of when they're going to play. We'll have those games for you. That first round game for sure out there at Substate. There's a little bit of a hiccup there. They got the rights to another company to carry the semifinals and finals games, so I'm going to hustle and try to figure out how we could carry those games if the Trojans were able to win a first round game, but we will be having that first game for you for sure from Hutchinson. The Trojans win it here 55-48 over the Baxter Springs Lions in this one. Partner, that was a little bit of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. You know, the whole season's been a great time, but wow, it comes down to down 10 yesterday, come back, win that one, come down here. We talked about it all the way up. Either it's going to be a dogfight or a blowout, and, you know, we're in between there, you know, come down to the very end.
Trojans led by 9 at one point in the fourth quarter. Never led by double digits in this game. That tells you everything you need to know. Baxter led as late as 2:53 to go in the third. Trojans got the lead right back and never relinquished it from that point. Grew the lead and held on to win it. Again, final score in this one, 55-48 48 as the Trojans advance to the state tournament. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Thanks to you, Dale Shireman. Thanks to Coach for coming up and chatting with us, and thanks for all the support we've gotten all season long here on Girard Sports Live. We get to keep doing it coming up next week. You've been watching Trojan basketball, sub-state championship basketball on Girard Sports Live.
This is Girard Sports Live.
19-18, Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead here with 2:12 to play first quarter. Crane, three.
Good! There it is! That puts her over 1,000 points. What a moment.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Laird Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug Store, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, the Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, Farmers Insurance, Leah Smith Agency, GN Bank, The Market 120, and the Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Just a crossover and go. I'm faster than you are. Goes to the baseline. I can jump higher too.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.